So, good evening, good morning once again to all of our viewers. This is Jody once again, your host for Grandison's Espresso Lounge. So, this is your virtual coffee table, a place to catch up with you, our nurses, our PTs, OTs, and of course, our partners. So, here we encourage everyone to share their voice and experiences to educate and inspire more Filipino healthcare professionals that hashtag no American dream is impossible when you have the right partner. And for tonight's Grandis Espresso Lounge, we have here Miss Gina from Grandison. Hello, Miss Gina.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah. So, Miss Gina, can you introduce yourself? Where you are assigned right now in the United States, so that our viewers can also know, no?
Okay, hi guys. I'm Gina, 45 years old, turning 46 this September. I'm currently assigned at Manhattanville Healthcare Center and Rehab. This is located in Bronx.
Oh, already. So yeah. So for tonight, Miss Gina will be sharing her experience on how she got her American dream from the Philippines. Ayan.
Mhm.
And for the first question that I have, Miss Gina, for you, when did you arrive in the United States po?
I arrived last year, December 11. Yeah, December 11. Only
Yes.
last year. So I've been here for only like 7 months.
Okay.
7 months.
Okay, 7 months, no? So malapit na rin pala ang anniversary.
Oo, malapit-lapit na rin.
Ayan.
Sobrang daming challenges.
Oh, yeah.
I
So,
I mentioned my age by the way kasi for those who are doubting there na hindi na sila pwede dito
pwede
kasi
pa. Yeah.
already 40 years old and above,
Yes.
parang feel nila hindi nila kaya. Ako na ano ko naman na-fulfill ko naman yung ano ko na makapunta rito. Although I'm 45 na nga,
Mm-mm.
yeah. So, huwag kayong mag-hesitate kung dahil lang sa age. So, hindi sila masyadong nagdi-discriminate against age dito.
Well, thank you
Walang
for
age
that, Miss
discrimination.
Gina, no? Thank you for the encouragement. And just like what Miss Gina said, no, kahit 40 plus ka na, kaya pa ang American Dream, no?
Oo.
And I'm just curious,
So,
Miss Gina, no? So did you mag-isa ka lang ba pumunta ng US, or did you go to the US together with your
hindi,
family?
I was able to bring my daughter together.
Yes.
Oo.
Okay. So that's
So, pero
nice.
kami may green card na now.
Yes, and congratulations for your green card, and as well your daughter's green card, no, Miss Gina. And regarding your arrival experience, can you tell us more, no? So you mentioned earlier na medyo maraming naging challenges, no? So maybe we can start with your arrival in the United States. Can you tell us more about your experience, no, papunta sa
Oo.
office or sa facility, and your SSN?
Mm. Yung arrival namin mismo, yung mismong arrival namin, challenge yung date na yun kasi winter time. And sa Pilipinas, di ba pag December, malamig pero hindi ganun kalamig. So light jacket, pwede na. So na-surprise talaga ako dun sa weather kasi sobrang lamig niya. As in, dapat pala may dala akong mga bubble jacket. Bubble jacket yung tawag dun.
Yes po.
Kapal talaga.
Mm-mm.
Oo. So, kung mag-a-arrive kayo ng mga November to February, siguro make sure to bring yung jacket nyo na makapal talaga. Bumili na kayo dyan sa Pilipinas para pagdating nyo dito, maisusot nyo na kagad.
Yes, no?
Tapos, siguro SSN ko nakuha ko siya after yung SSN card. Pinadala sa akin ng Grandison after a month. Ayun. Ano pa ba? Yung arrival ko kasi nakatira kami sa sa friend namin.
Yes.
Kasi nga I brought my daughter so
Mm-mm.
sabi ng Grandison kung walang bakanteng space dun sa staff house, baka walang space para dun sa daughter ko. So I just asked my friend to assist us during those first few weeks.
Yes.
And
Thanks for sharing. Ay, sige po. Miss Gina, go ahead.
then, sorry, what
Ayan.
were you saying?
Oo. Ano lang what was I about to say earlier? So, I admire the courage no na talaga sinama mo na agad yung kids mo together with you, no. The others kasi they choose to like go to the United States first, no, before bringing in their families so that they can adjust first. And it's sad to know na walang available rooms no for your family on the staffing house by that time, but it's nice to know that you also have a friend or a family there that was able to like help you in terms of your accommodation when you arrive.
Yeah, so ayun. I arrived here 1 week before my orientation date para sabi ko malaman ko na yung transportation system, makapag open na ako ng bank.
Yeah.
Although nag-a-assist naman talaga si Grandison dun sa pag-open ng bank account, pagkuha ng cellphone. Kaya lang I wanted to find out what's in here bago ako mag-start ng work o kaya mag-start ng orientation ko. Ganun.
And I think that's one good example to the other nurses, no? So that they can also like prepare, no? Na pagdating na hindi na lang basta kung ano yung meron provided by the agency. It's also a nice initiative from you, Miss Gina, to hear that even though you know na, no, at least you set 1 week to like adjust in terms of what you can still do for you and for your family in the United States, no? And with that said, during your arrival or during your first month stay in the United States, what was the biggest challenge that you have encountered? And in any way was Grandison able to help you in terms of that? No? And before you answer it, Miss Gina, no, habang iniisip mo pa, to those who doesn't know, no, so the Manhattan Bronx, it's located in New York City. So, yun lang. So just to share to the viewers as well.
I forgot to mention that I am in New York
now.
Yung city na gusto ko talagang puntahan kasi yung mga pinapanood natin yung mga movies,
yes.
Shows, di ba, based in New York mostly. So, dream ko talaga pumunta rito. So, maraming challenges. Sabi ko nga, yung weather pa lang is already a challenge. Kasi, mararanasan mo maghintay sa bus stop mo ng like 20 to 30 minutes na naginaw talaga, super. So, next challenge ko, this is the biggest challenge, finding an apartment. Ayun. So, ang mga realtor, mga landlord dito, ang hinahanap sa'yo kagad ay credit report, tsaka social, and then yung contract mo sa work. So, yan yung pagdating ko pa lang, first week ko, naghahanap na ako. Pero inabot ako ng 3 weeks bago ako nakahanap ng landlord na hindi na niya pinansin yung credit report. Kasi wala talaga akong wala pa talaga tayong credit report dito. Magkakaroon ka pa nun after 6 months. Kasi kailangan mo pa mag-establish ng ng credit mo dito.
Yes.
Kailangan nag-open ka sa bank mo ng ng credit card. So, pinayagan naman ako mag-open ng bank ng credit card, pero nag-deposit ako dun ng, I forget how they call it, pero nag-guarantee ako dun ng pera. Nag-deposit ako dun ng amount na magiging credit line ko.
Okay.
So, by that, nagkaroon ako ng credit siguro, unti-unti ako nakapag-build ng credit ko. Pero going back to finding an apartment, so naghanap ako sa Zillow, sa Facebook Market. Most of them talaga hinahanap yung credit report. Otherwise, ang makukuha mo lang yung mga room for rent. Hindi ako pwede mag-room for rent kasi may kasama akong dependent ko, diba? So, tsaka inconvenience. Kasi mostly, sometimes magkakaroon ka talaga ng evening or night shift. So, kung maingay yung magiging mga ka-roommate mo pagka daytime, hindi ka makakatulog. Kaya yun talaga yung hinanap ko na una, yung apartment. Pero luckily, nakahanap ako ng may-ari ng apartment na hindi nga hinanap yung credit reporting ko. Nakiusap lang ako sa kanya na meron akong dependent and then meron naman akong yung letter from the employer na magpapakita ng position ko,
Yeah.
saan ako nagwo-work, yung employer, name ng employer, address ng employer, tapos yung roll call, and most importantly, yung annual salary ko nandoon. So, yun yung sinerox ko, sinend ko sa kanila. Tapos, after a day, kinontak nila ako. Nakapag-move na ako. Nakapag-move naman ako.
Yeah. And you're still staying on the same apartment, Miss Gina?
Yes, eto yon yung apartment na yun.
Yeah. Yep. So, by the way, I'm curious, Miss Gina, no? So before flying into the United States, do you already know what state or what town in New York you will be staying, for example? Did you know already that
Yeah.
you'll be staying in Bronx? Okay.
Yeah, I know that I'm gonna be staying in Bronx.
Mm.
Pero hindi pa ako naghanap sa Pilipinas kasi nakakatakot na magbitaw ng pera habang sa
Yes.
Philippines ka pa tapos ibabayad mo dito kasi baka ma-scam ka.
Mm-mm.
And also, kailangan i-check mo muna yung apartment kung safe, kung okay ba sa'yo yung itsura ng apartment, kung may
Yes.
mga, kasi yung mga priorities mo, kung namimit ba ng apartment na yun, kung malapit, what I mean is that kung malapit ba siya sa mga transportation, kung malapit ba siya sa work mo, ganun.
Pero grabe, di ko ma-imagine, Miss Gina, yung lakas ng loob mo that time na parang lumipad ka ng US na
Oo.
wala pang apartment. So I think that can also serve as a
Oo.
testament to the other healthcare Filipino healthcare workers, no, that will be flying soon to the United States, no. So I think it's really, research is also really the key, no, in making sure that they get a perfect or safe apartment for them, no. And I think I can really appreciate it, no, na talagang hinanap mo yung a place that you can actually rest. Kasi nga may point naman na if your roommates are too noisy, it won't be healthy for you, especially that you are a nurse doing different shifts in a month.
Yeah, rotation talaga yun. Tsaka minsan they're gonna ask you to do overtime. So, mapapagod ka talaga. So, you need a lot of rest. You need a lot of sleep talaga. Para the next day, may energy ka. Kasi, challenge din talaga yung work.
And the apartment that you were able to get, Miss Gina, how far is it from the facility that you're working right now?
If you're gonna ride a car or an Uber, it would only take 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes.
But I take the bus, so it could go from 30 minutes to 45 minutes pag nag-bus ako kasi may maraming mga stop, di ba? So,
yes,
yun
actually.
yung nagpapatagal ng biyahe. But it's okay kasi mas mura yung bus kaysa sa mag-Uber ako parati. Kaya, ano na lang din, inisip ko na lang habang nakaupo ka sa bus, nakakapagpahinga ako.
Yeah, actually. So I'm just curious as well, Miss Gina. No? So do you think it is more convenient or practical to like take the public transport, no? Kasi you're in New York, no, rather than getting your own car already in the United States, because it's really different depende sa situation and gaano kalayo yung facility.
Depende sa'yo kasi hindi na ako nag-avail ng car eh. Although may na-offer si Grandison na partner, di ba?
Yes.
Ano ba yun? International Auto Source ba yun?
Yeah.
That's it. Kasi alam ko nga na mahirap ang parking dito. So, kunyari, kasi sa street, ito nakuha kong apartment, that's something that you have to consider also kung maghahanap ka ng apartment. Kung meron kang car or gusto mo kumuha ng car, dapat merong parking yung apartment na makukuha mo. Pero itong nakuha ko walang parking. So, ang mangyayari sa'yo, street parking yung gagawin mo. Pero unahan yon kung sino yung nakapark doon, hindi mo pwedeng araw-araw na gamitin yung isang spot. So, kailangan hanap ka, kung kunyari naunahan ka sa spot na yun, nahanap ka na naman ng, ng ibang spot mo. Minsan malayo na yung mapupuntahan mo. Tsaka, okay naman din yung transpo kasi safe naman, kasi bus lang naman sasakyan ko.
And malapit lang
And
din sa
besides,
Filipino.
oo. Tsaka may mga kasabay din naman akong co-worker pagkagabi. So, marami din naman bus, siguro mga minsan 5 minutes interval, depende sa time of the day, 10-minute interval. Ganun.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that, no, Miss Gina. And by the way, Miss Gina, no, before I jump to the experience that you have right now in the facility, I think I'm just curious as well, and I'm sure the other viewers are curious as well, no. Can you give us an estimate, for example, how much was the apartment in New York, especially in Bronx, no? And
Sure.
it's 3 people, no, sa apartment because it's you and did I hear it correctly earlier? You brought your 2 daughters with you.
No, just one daughter.
Just one daughter. Okay,
I'm
sorry.
a single mom, by the way, single mom. And I only have one daughter who is 13-year-old. She graduated from here na pala, middle school.
Yay! Congratulations! Sa
Grade
middle
eight.
school ka na.
Oo. Isingit ko lang na grade 8 siya nung umalis sa Pinas. Dinala lang namin yung card tsaka Form 137. And in-assess yung language proficiency niya sa English. Tapos okay na. Wala nang ibang hinanap. Okay. So, kung middle of the school year kayo aalis, dalhin nyo lang yung anak nyo. Walang problema yun dito.
Kaya.
Paano pagka nakakahanap ka ng school, wala silang choice kundi i-accept yung kid mo. So,
especially that they are already green card holders as well. No?
Yes.
So I think
meron lang kayong mga process na gagawin. Going back dun sa tanong mo sa apartment, so dito, usually, they are asking, the price of this apartment is 1,600 per month. And then you have assigned a contract of lease na 1 year. So, committed ka ng 1 year, ibig sabihin. And then you have to ready yung 1 month mo na rent, plus yung deposit, and that's also 1 month worth of your rent. And also, dahil sa Facebook marketplace ako nahanap to, merong broker. So, merong broker's fee, which is also equivalent to your 1 month worth of rent. So, ang binayaran ko in total para makuha tong apartment na to is 4,800.
Okay. So I think
Pero dahil kailangan mo na ngayong apartment, so no choice ka, kailangan ibayad mo yun kagad. Bibigyan ka naman ng bangko mo ng check. So, doon, yung check na yun yung ginamit ko na pang down sa kanila.
Okay. So, thank you for sharing that, Miss Gina. At least, you guys is listening right now, no? May idea na kayo on how much is the estimate apartment for 2 people,
1 bedroom.
No? Okay, for 1 bedroom apartment in New York, Bronx, no? And ayan, so I guess my next question would be about your experience in the facility, Miss Gina. So, it has been almost a year, no? Malapit ka na rin mag-anniversary in the USA. So, during your first month in the United States, how did you adjust, no? Or how did you prepare for your first work or first day or first week of work dyan sa New York?
So, ganito, first off, wala akong recent experience. My experience was in a maternity hospital, which is 9 years ago. So, everything is new to me when I came here. Ang pinaka-recent experience ko lang is being a nurse case manager sa BPO dyan sa Pilipinas. Ang client is dito sa US. So, I'm also familiar dun sa mga insurance, how the healthcare system works. And then I know how to speak with the locals, with the Americans. And
Yeah.
then, I know the language. So yun lang yung equipment na dala ko rito. Pero yung skills ko, hindi na talaga ganun nakalimutan ko na mostly paano gawin lahat, magmula sa documentation, sa
Mm-mm.
mga, yung mga everyday na ginagawa, bedside, ganun. By the way, my facility is a nursing home pala, with rehab also, short-term and long-term rehab.
Yep.
So, ayun. So, maano ka talaga yung maninibago ka kasi iba na pala yung mga gamit na pang-IV, iba na pala yung mga ginagamit sa mga feeding tube, gano'n,
Yes.
yung mga equipment, yung mga tools, gano'n. Ganito pala ginagawa yung mga kasi dapat dalawa kayo partner ka dapat with an LPN. Pero dahil nga short staff, mangyayari yung work ng LPN na pagbibigay ng medication, ikaw na rin gagawa. So, sa una, overwhelmed ka talaga, pero ano lang, sabi ko ng laban lang. Kasi aaralin mo yung paano kasi magiging charge nurse ka eh. 'Di ba? Kasi ikaw yung registered nurse doon sa facility, sa unit mo, kasi ikaw yung RN.
Yes.
Charge nurse ka na, tapos magme-medication ka pa. So, kailangan aaralin mo lahat yun. Ang binigay lang sa akin na training is shadowing. Walang training na one-on-one sa classroom. So, yan yung mga challenges ko. Nag-shadow lang ako. Pero mabait naman yung na pag-shadowan ko na RN, na isa pang RN. She was very patient to me na mag-teach. And I have to observe closely kung ano yung ginagawa niya, na paano niya ina-identify yung mga residents. We call them residents, not patient, kasi
Yes.
nasa ako, rehab facility. So kailangan kilala mo sila, kasi minsan pag unang dating ka dito parang magkakamukha yung iba. Pero dapat titingnan mo maigi yung kanilang wristband, nandun yung name nila, yung patient ID, bago mo ibibigay yung gamot. And then kung meron kang tanong, itanong mo talaga, kasi hindi ka pwede magkamali. Kasi
Yes.
gamot yun di ba? You have to be very careful kung tama nga yung tao na bibigyan mo, kasi confused sila. Most of them are confused. Sometimes hindi nga sila makapagsalita eh. So, kailangan i-check mo maigi yung wristband nila. Minsan name na lang nila yung alam nila. They don't know where they are, what time is it. Kilala ka nila ngayon, tomorrow di ka na nila kilala. So, kailangan pagka nagbigay ka ng gamot, isasabay mo na yung assessment mo sa kanila kung okay ba sila. Tanungin mo kung may pain. Yung mga nursing natin, assessment, isabay mo na dun sa pagbigay ng gamot para makasave ka ng time. Kasi everything has to be done within your 8-hour shift.
Yes. And how many
Okay,
patients
so
are you attending to right now in the facility, Miss?
kasi ako floater ako I don't have my own floor pa. Kasi nga, supply ako ng agency, so floater ako. So, kung sino yung floor na walang tao or naka-day off, naka-leave, doon ako ilalagay. So, I could get like between 32 patients to 40 patients. Ganun.
And how is it,
So,
Miss Gina, no? Is it still manageable, the 30 to 40? Kasi you mentioned earlier, no, that sometimes yun nga, you are relieving to someone na naka-day off, ganyan, no? So, manageable pa ba yung 30 to 40 in your experience?
Pag may 32 ako, masaya ako noon. Kasi, meaning medyo relax. Pero pagka 40 talaga, mo na yun, ikaw na bahalang dumiskarte kung paano mo i-manage yun. Pag dating mo, you have to mag-floor walk ka, check mo lahat kung okay yung mga residente mo. Kasi tapos, by that time, habang naglalakad ka, pinaplano mo na yung gagawin mo. Kung paano
Yes.
mo mapapagkasya yung 8 hour mo. Ganun. So, challenge yun. Pero kung mapamilyar ka na sa kanila, sa una kasi kaya ka matatagalan, tsaka feeling mo napakahirap kasi hindi mo sila kilala. Hindi mo alam yung mga gamot na iniinom nila, hindi mo alam yung mga diagnosis nila, hindi mo alam kung anong may mga sugat meron sila. So, pabalik-balik ka sa computer, tingnan mo kung bakit siya may sugat, bakit ka dapat magbigay ng gamot na yon. You have to be ready. Kasi may mga patient na alert, tatanungin ka nila bakit mo
Ano binibigay
binibigay
mo
ito
sa
sa akin
kanila?
tong gamot na to. Oo,
Yeah.
kasi minsan may behavioral issues sila, hindi nila
Oo.
tatanggapin yun. So, kailangan masagot mo yun. Pag may hawak kang gamot, dapat alam mo kung anong action ng mga yun, hindi bigay ka lang ng bigay.
Yes.
So, yan yung mga nakakapagpatagal sa akin nung una. Pero, na-manage ko naman by this time. May natitira pa nga ako minsan 1 hour bago mag-end yung shift. Yun yung gagamitin mo naman na mag-check. Toro ka ulit. Makakita mo na walang fall na incidents. Walang mga nag-aaway. Ganun.
And
So,
I feel so proud with what I'm hearing right now, Miss Gina, that despite what you mentioned earlier na wala kang experience, kasi it has been 9 years already since your last experience, right? How you are able to like cope up and manage, especially na ibang-iba ang healthcare system sa United States versus sa Pilipinas, no? And to those other nurses na nasa Pilipinas pa, Miss Gina, dahil nandiyan ka na sa US ngayon and you have already experienced it, would you recommend them to like get an experience first before going to the United States? Or yeah, what can you say about that? Because a lot of nurses right now
oo.
applying to the United States, no, yung iba sa kanila is zero experience pa, or others are coming from BPO, just like you.
Siguro, wag naman kayo mag-resign kung nasa BPO na kayo. Siguro kailangan nilang mag-refresh kung meron kayong alam na ospital na mag-accept ng part-timer, ng Sabado at Linggo, o kaya volunteer. Mas makakatulong siya. I recommend it. Mas makakatulong siya. Pero pagdating naman dito, makukuha mo siya ng pakonti-konti. Just be very patient kasi hindi lahat ng magiging coworker mo ay approachable. So kailangan kailangan mo ng maraming tiyaga, tsaka yung willingness to learn, and huwag ka masyadong pikon kasi mostly yung mga matagal na rito na mga nurses na makakasama mo, they're gonna find something wrong about what you're doing. They're gonna find faults from you kasi ikaw yung pinakabago. And na-experience ko na lahat na lang ng nangyayaring wrong sa unit ko, sinisisi sa akin. I have experienced that. Kaya lang, naisip ko kung inaccept ko na lang siya as a challenge kasi at least sinasabi nila sa akin na may mga mali ako. Although not everything naman na sinasabi nilang nangyari din sa unit is my fault. So,
Yeah.
I have to explain myself na hindi ako yung gumawa ng wrong na yun. And then, sa unang month talaga, first few months mo, hindi kayo, kasi parang maninibago ka dun sa mga kasama mo, you're still trying to establish rapport with them. So, hindi madali mag-establish ng trust with them kasi you're dealing with patients, diba? They're also concerned na tama yung mga treatment na ginagawa mo dun sa unit, tama yung mga gamot na binibigay mo, na ibibigay mo on time. Yun nga, ayaw nila na nako-compromise yung mga pasyente dahil meron ka napabayaan. Kaya ganun sila. So, they're just guarding yung unit nila.
Yeah.
So, ayun, just be very patient na, kaya na hindi nila, kaya kanila pinapatawag kasi para makorek yung error mo. Hindi dahil sa they hate you or something.
Yeah,
Ganun.
exactly. And I think, no, it's very important to note what you said, Miss Gina, that they need to really be patient, no, towards the patients and even their coworkers in the United States. And I think it's also a matter of being patient with yourself, no, because you are also adjusting with everything, no, the location, kasi hindi mga Filipino yung mga kasama, mga foreigners, no, and even the place. So kudos to you, Miss Gina, for adjusting very well in the United States, no. And somehow, Miss Gina, because I think an advantage in terms of working in a skilled nursing facility is that you have a team of professionals working with you. Though you've mentioned na nagkaroon ka ng challenges earlier. No. Was it still helpful to have like a team of professionals working with you? Because I think there are also other options, no? Kasi iba, they opt to like work on home care settings, no? Instead of working in skilled nursing facilities, tapos zero experience pa. And with the situation that you mentioned earlier, was it still somehow helpful being able to work with a team of professionals, especially for those nurses na zero experience?
If you have zero experience, I suggest talaga na you work with a team of healthcare professionals kasi they are gonna guide you. Not all are bad. There are those that are very friendly and very helpful. So, kung galing, mix naman sila eh. Minsan merong mga hindi mo talaga matatanungan.
Yeah.
Pero there are a lot of them that are very helpful. They will stop what they're doing para i-assist ka and to make sure na tama yung ginagawa mo para hindi ma-compromise yung pasyente mo. So, huwag kayong matakot kasi sabi ko nga, kung hindi ka pansinin nung unang mga pagtanungan, may iba pa dyan na mas helpful talaga.
Yes, no.
Minsan, i-stopin nila kung whatever they're doing just to go to that patient na nangangailangan ng tulong mo para tulungan ka nila. Kunyari, nakalimutan mo na talaga yung isang certain procedure gawin. Yun. May mga nagiging kaibigan ako na nasa ibang floor, bababa pa sila para tulungan ako. Siguro, yung natin, virtue ng mga Pilipino na magaling makasama, dalahin nyo dito yan. Dalahin nyo dito.
Actually,
kasi, libre naman. So,
dalhin na rin sa bagahe natin, no, for sure, no. And Miss Gina, no, I think yun nga, no, I don't need to ask you to describe the experience because you mentioned that I think the word will be challenging, right? But despite all the challenges that you have encountered dyan sa US, working as a nurse, what do you think is the most rewarding naman that makes it really worth it, no? Na kung babalikan mo yung time, you'll still choose United States. Kahit na naranasan mo yung mga challenges na yan.
Dito kasi, pinaka-rewarding dito yung maganda yung mga tanawin, walang traffic. Although nasa New York ako, paminsan-minsan nagkaka-traffic. Pero ang na-experience kong traffic dito, pinakamatagal na siguro. Mga 20 minutes na gano'n, na mabagal. Pero, ano lang kasi yun dahil Monday, tapos may pasok sa school yung mga eskwela. Ganun. And then also, most importantly is yung pay.
Of course.
So, don't worry kung 1.6 yung price ng apartment mo. I assure you, mababayaran mo yan dito.
Gawin naman sa sahod.
And then, marami kasing overtime, so ikaw na lang yung aayaw. Katulad kagabi nga, ina-ask ako na mag-night shift, yung 12 to 8 shift. We call that night shift, 12 to 8. And naalala ko nga pala, may commitment ako sa inyo ngayon. So, I have to turn it down.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thank you, Miss Gina, for remembering.
Pero okay lang kasi nakakapagpahinga naman ako.
I think voluntary din naman yung, I think more than, as long as you've worked like 30 to 35 hours, anything beyond that would be voluntary overtime.
Yeah, overtime naman yun. Tsaka nakapag-render na ako ng isang shift na overtime nung isang araw. So, hindi na siguro masama yung loob nila na nag-decline ako today. Kanina,
yes, of course. No. And in terms of
tapos, na pala, going back to challenges, Kung
Sure,
huwag
sure.
kang magtaka kung iiyak ka dito within your first 2 months. Kasi parang lahat sa'yo parang mahirap.
Bago.
Whether, yes, weather, transpo, dahil walang mga tricycle at jeep dito, so mag-walkathon ka talaga kung wala kang car.
Yeah.
Mahaba yung mga lalakarin mo kung meron kang mga pupuntahan ng mga tourist spot, mahaba yung mga nilalakad para ma-reach mo yung mga destination mo, mag-grocery ka, mahaba din, matagal din yung lakad, bigat yung dala mo, tapos winter, ang ginaw-ginaw. Ito-question mo sa sarili mo, ano
Yeah.
ginagawa ko dito?
Yeah. Pero
Mahirap,
like
hirap
oo nga, no?
talaga.
Pero like what you mentioned earlier, I think it's really a matter of choice then, no? If you think that the car is a
Oo.
necessity, you really have like the option to like get a car loan, no? But since on your
Oo.
end, no, I think grabe, no, Miss Gina, no, you're able to like do all of that. So, kung
Yes,
si
and
Miss
I'm
Gina na
also a
kaya niya,
single
why not
mom.
you? Yeah,
Oo,
exactly, no?
and I'm a single mom. I have to make time also for my daughter pa, tapos to enroll her, tapos kung merong mga school activity, syempre kailangan ano ka din doon, pupunta ka, ganun.
Yeah. I think, alam mo, in sync yung isip natin kasi earlier I was about to ask you about the quality of life and then you mentioned about the things that you do, no, aside from work, like getting to the groceries,
Hmm.
ganyan, pag-enroll sa kids mo, no. And so far, what are the most important or yung pinakamagandang benefits na nakukuha mo right now as a green card holder in the United States na nakukuha
Wala
mo
naman kasi
and
siyang,
your kids
wala
as
kang
well?
worry.
Mm-mm.
Wala kang worry kasi yung iba kasi dito naka-work visa lang, di ba? So,
Yeah.
may mga co-worker ako na ibang profession na nila like physical therapist. Sometimes I would chat with them, naka-work visa lang sila. So, pag gano'n, nag-worry na naman sila na mag-end yung visa nila, gano'n. Eh ako, mas relax ka, di ba? Kasi naka-green card ka. Tapos yung dependent ko, pinaka-benefit ko, yung benefit ko, yung dependent ko nga naka-green card din. So, libre yung school, public school kasi yun, tapos libre yung lunch niya, tapos magaganda yung mga nakikita mo lang sa TV dati na pinapanood mo, mapupuntahan mo na yung live.
Yeah. And
Oo,
I think yun din yung
nakakatuwa.
advantage ng New York, no? Because I think New York has one of the best education system and benefits in the United States as well. No, because it's not my first time to hear as well from a Grandison healthcare professional, no, getting free education for their kids because previously we've done interviews then with other nurses and PTs, no? And the same, no? So I think, yeah, no? So kahit dalhin nila yung kids nila, it's also a matter of like quality of life that they'll be getting in the United States. Yeah.
Oo. Oo, tapos sabi nila dangerous daw dito sa city ko. Hindi naman, wala. Naglalakad nga ako sa gabi. I mean, hindi naman siguro kung ano lang, just be vigilant. Pero hindi naman yung talagang bawat kanto na matatakot ka. Hindi
Yung mga napapanood
naman.
natin
Siguro
na may
meron,
nag-aabang.
oo, siguro may mga spot lang talaga na ano. Pero
Yeah.
malaki naman kasi itong town ko. So far, wala pa naman akong experience na ako. Naglalakad kasi ako pag gabi galing sa bus stop. Siguro mga 12, paglabas ko ng 12. Okay naman. May mga street lights and
Yeah.
safe naman yung napunta ako neighborhood. Siguro, pag naghanap ka ng apartment, tingnan mo na lang din yung reviews dun sa
Actually, no, they
yun.
should also take that
Oo.
into consideration if they really want to like have a safe and quiet neighborhood, no. And I think, Miss Gina, I'm down to the last two questions that I have right now, no. But before I throw the two last questions, no, I'm just curious as well. Miss Grandison, your first choice of employer or ito ba yung first employer na na-sign mo or were you previously signed up with other agencies prior to Grandison?
I did not sign up with them, but I interviewed with them.
Yes.
Tsaka ko. Pero kasi nga wala akong experience, ilalagay nila ako sa ospital.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, ayoko. So, kasi baka Although mag-provide naman sila ng mga training, kaya lang feeling ko, hindi yata ako para sa ospital pa. Kaya, pinili ko yung Grandison. Tsaka
Yeah.
mas, kasi yung in-offer sa akin is, yung rate nila is calibrated among all the states. So sabi ko, kung it doesn't matter kung saan state ka ilagay, doon sa yun yung
Salary.
per hour rate.
Oh.
Nakita ko mas malaki yung dito. Kaya, syempre, yun yung kinuha ko. Tsaka, yun nga, nasa nursing home ka lang. Mas relax.
Okay, so,
Although maraming patient nga, sabi ko nga, the key is familiarization para matapos mo. Kasi, mostly naman sa kanila, stable. Birang-bira naman yung may naghihingalo. Kaya, nabantayan talaga ng closely monitor.
Yeah.
Oo. So, bira yun siguro. Rare instance lang na magsi-CPR ka. Although nararanasan ko din yung mga magsi-CPR ka, magsisend ka sa ospital.
I'm happy to have this interview with you, Miss Gina, no? Kasi alam mo, ito yung real talk. I feel that this is the real talk that the nurses needed to hear. Kung ano talaga yung expectation versus reality in the United States, no? No fillers, no sweet talks, no? Just the real experience ng nurse in the United States.
Ayoko kasi yung gano'n. Kaya tinanong.
Yeah. And that's fine because objective talaga natin is to like bring out the experience that you have in the United States, no?
I-polish nyo nga pala yung CPR skills nyo kasi meron talaga.
Yes.
Ma-experience mo talaga yan dito. Gagawin mo talaga yan. And yun, kaya huwag kang ma-surprise kung sa mga first few weeks mo gagawin mo na yan kasi napupunta ka sa mga long term.
Yeah. And I hope to those who are listening right now, I hope you're jotting that down so that while you're waiting for your deployment na papunta ng United States, no, you can prepare the things that Miss Gina told us earlier, no? So make sure to sharpen your skills or maybe at least watch, no, or practice, diba, before going to the United States. And what I said earlier, no, Miss Gina, I'm actually down to my last two questions. Actually, one of those questions is, why do you think they should choose Grandison? Sobrang cliche, no? Kasi parang na-mention mo na earlier. Yeah, but I still want to throw the question, no?
Kasi, meron din ang mga complaint, syempre.
Yeah.
So, they would, very accommodating naman kasi yung pag may tinanong ka, sumasagot naman. So, parang, tsaka yung mga step-by-step na mga process, talagang napaghandaan naman na sasabihin sa'yo. Kaya, pwede bang, yung mag-complain lang ako ng konti?
Okay lang, oo, sure, Miss Gina, no? You can say it here.
Suggestion. Suggestion lang. Sana
para we can also relay it to the team.
Oo. I would suggest to Grandison na mag-provide at least ng few days training para lang ma-familiarize yung mga newbie ba, yung mga bagong dating dito at wag silang masorpresa kung ano meron yung mga nursing home at mga rehab facility.
Yes.
Nang sa ganun, pagdating nila sa facility, ready naman sila kung anong klaseng environment yung magkakaroon sila.
That is well noted, Miss Gina, no?
Mga 3 days. Oo, 3 days na course na ito yung mga meron yung facility na pagdadalahan sa'yo. Ito yung meron sa nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos kung meron sanang a few refresher sa mga procedures na gagawin mo, mga nursing assessments, kung paano ka na-conduct, ganun. Kasi mag-a-admit ka rin dito. Meron kaming mga area na, mga floor na strictly for admission only, ganun.
Pero thank you for that, no, Miss Gina, no? Because I think it's also one of the things that we're trying to improve on our end. Because I think previously, once the nurse arrives in the United States, no, It's just an orientation in the head office. And then after that, it's already the facility that does the training. So the training right now, parang nagva-vary siya. Depende kung saan kang facility ma-assign. But I think you have a good point and suggestion that the team should also do like a refresher, no? Kahit 2 or 3 days before deploying you to the facility. So that's well noted, no? I'll try to relate that to the United States team. I'm sure it won't happen overnight, but at least it's a good point that we can consider, no? Especially that we have a lot of zero experienced nurses na galing ng Pilipinas sa punta dyan sa United States.
Kasi you know what? Pagdating ko dun sa facility, super short-staffed eh. Pag pinullout nila yung isang nurse para magturo sa akin solely na pagtuturo lang, wala nang mag-work dun sa ibang floor. Kaya kaming dalawa ng nurse na nag-shadow ako, hindi niya ako matrain ng maayos kasi nagtatrabaho kami at the same time.
Yeah.
Tinutulungan ko na rin siya. Oo. So, ayun. So, pagdating nyo dito, expect nyo na talaga na i-question nyo yung sarili nyo, yung mga life choices ninyo. And I'm sure iiyak ka. Pero, laban mo.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And, ito no, so, as per Miss Marie Chris din pala, ma'am, so, there's already an ongoing plan, no, para magkaroon ng preparation on module, no, ng mga nurses prior deploying them to the facilities. Ayan. So, hopefully, update ka namin dyan. Para at least, no, once we deploy a new nurse on your facility, sana meron na yung module na yun by that time, no?
Tama. Yan yun. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, thank you. And sana, no,
And
sana
masaya
naman.
Masaya kapag nakilala mo na yung mga coworker mo. So, yun yung mga one of the benefits kasi magkakaroon ka ng mga bagong friends, iba-ibang lahi sila.
Yes.
Nakakatuwa na tuklasan yung mga culture nila.
Iba-iba.
And
Talaga.
then,
Very
may
diverse.
additional support system ka dun sa mga bagong friends mo. Tutulungan ka nila paano pumunta dito, sa tourist spot na to, huwag kang pupunta dyan, or, hindi ako marunong mag-commute ng maayos sa bus dati, pero naawa sa akin yung CNA ko. Ayun, sinasabay niya ako gabi-gabi na find out yung mga easiest route. Yeah, so, yun, makikisama ka lang na maigi. And then,
pero, by the way, Miss Gina, meron kang kamag-anak, meron kang relatives living in the United States? So talagang courage talaga na. US ako.
Ibang state. Talagang challenge to sa akin. I have no friends and family here dito sa Bronx. Malayo na yung yung tinirahan ko nung una ng friend ko, ibang city yun.
Okay.
So, when I moved here, kailangan ko na adjustment talaga.
So I think talagang sobrang helpful din na nakatulong din sa'yo yung 1 week advance preparation mo bago ka nagpunta sa head office.
At saka mo rin yun, opportunity mo rin yun na mag-explore. Kung gusto mo mamasyal muna bago ka mapasabak sa mahirap na work. So, may opportunity.
At para ma-release ang jet lag.
I lost around 10 pounds.
10 pounds! Grabe!
I lost 10 pounds. Kasi nga lakad ka ng lakad eh. Kasi kung dati nasa computer lang ako work at home. So, ngayon, wala kang gagawin kundi maglakad back and forth sa mga room ng patients.
Okay. And I'm not sure if it's okay to say this. Yan nga no. I'm not sure if I'm okay to say this to you, no, na I'm not sure if somehow it's a good thing, no, kasi especially it keeps you active, it keeps you moving, no, especially with the age, no, and even the nurses, no, it can help them be more active and fit in the future, no, and I think that's really a part of being a nurse, no, Miss Gina. And with that said, my last question po is, no, what message or tips can you impart to our viewers right now on why they should not give up on their American dream? No?
Kakayanin naman. So, tiyaga lang. Like I said, a lot of patience. Tapos, don't give up kung talagang ito yung gusto mo. Kasi, this is Para sa akin kasi yung pag-move dito exciting and at the same time I know will be challenging. So nire-ready ko na yung sarili ko bago ako pumunta rito. I also asked a few of my friends kung ano yung mga setup dito. So kahit pa paano nagkaroon ako ng mga idea. And also for your loved ones, yung mga may daladalang dependents na mga anak nila, siguro isipin mo na lang they're gonna have a brighter future here. And then, kaya ng sahod-wise din sa salary kaya. And then, basta wag ka lang masyadong magastos, no? Kaya naman. And then, pinaka-reward ko dito yung mga new friends, mga exciting na mga pupuntahan, yung salary, makakaipon ka naman kahit papano. Ayun, mga ganun. Tsaka, most of all, yung mga skills ko, na-update ko siya. And then, when it comes to nursing, marami akong nag-gain na knowledge talaga dito.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Gina, no? And I think if I will summarize, no, the interview tonight with you, Miss Gina, no, what I can say to the viewers is that age is just a number, no? That's number one. Bungad pa lang, sinabi na ni Miss Gina yun, no? So, no, kahit na 40 ka na, you can still achieve your American dream. And we all have different timelines, no, and different journey. For Miss Gina, it has been challenging since day one, no, and even now there are still challenges. But just like what she said, no, or just like what she have shown us, no, courage is really the key, and patience, no, to everything, to the people around you, to the patients, no, and even to yourself, no. And at the end of the day, there are still rewarding things, no, and it's still worth it in terms of the salary, you know, and the quality of life that you'll be getting in the United States. Yan. So, tama ba, Miss Gina? Yan. And, yan. Of course, once again, thank you, Miss Gina, sa pagkapa-unlock sa amin for Grandison's Espresso Lounge. No, we hope that you have a great weekend there, no, and more blessings to come in the United States. And thank you once again to our viewers, and we hope to catch you once again to the next Grandison's Espresso Lounge. No, thank you so much, and good night.